Hi. So, since you last saw me, it's been 2 weeks? I got my coffee, and I got my book, and I got stuff. See, I got my passport now, right? If you haven't seen that, go watch the video here. It's whatever. Since you saw me, I've been dumped. I like to say that sometimes, just to I am going to take the exam next week, literally in a week. I've had enough of this, right? Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna do great, oh my god, it's like, the GRE, it's not even that big of a deal, it's just really long. You underestimate how bad I am at GRE math. Regular math, cool, whatever. Algebra, I can do a little algebra. I love algebra, hello? Hit me up, right? GRE math, however, that's not fun. It's not funny. It's not fun. I'm gonna try to see what I can learn about the essays. Verbal, quantitative, I've been studying for it. Writing section, I have not bothered to look at all, and I feel like this is my second chance, right, to look at the writing section and be like, maybe I should do better on this. I don't want to like burn myself out before I take the exam, so I'm kind of like taking it one step at a time. And I've talked for long enough, so I'm going to get ready to do this. It's a new day. It's like 2 days later. I am about to go to a coffee shop, obviously, because that's the only time that's the only place that I can actually do work. And we'll see if I can actually do work. I am trying to work on the writing essay portion. It pains me though. It truly does pain me, but we move, we keep going. I gotta be honest, horrible start to the day. I could not fall asleep last night for the life of me. It's bad, guys. It's so bad when you have literally nothing to do. So I woke up early and I was like, okay, gotta get on my grind, gonna go to a coffee shop and study, right? Why do I get there and I don't have a single working writing utensil? There's no Wi-Fi. And they got my order wrong. $9 plus tip is insane for no Wi-Fi. I am so burnt out, with all of this. I was working so hard for the math section. I was like, that's all I gotta focus on. No, brother in Christ, there is a writing portion that I have barely started studying. It's so over for me. I can't force myself to focus on this. I can't force myself to care anymore about this. I have to do it though. There's no other, and I have to do well is the thing. I quite literally take the exam in 5 days. I genuinely cannot care about this. I don't have any hope for it. I was studying so well. I was studying so much, so well. I'm like, well, I studied for the math portion because that was my biggest obstacle. No, there's a writing portion and you're supposed to come up with a good argument. And then there was a math portion right after that, immediately right after that. And then there's a verbal portion and there's another math portion and then but you know what? We move, I guess. We move. Literally, look at me. Don't apply to grad school, man. Why do you need my GRE score that badly? You don't need it. You're just being greedy. I'm sorry. I literally had to document this. I think my hair looks so good right now. The color and the way it falls and it's I had to document this because I don't have anybody to show and my hair is so good right now and I don't have anywhere to go. Hello. It is now Monday, February 5th. I am going to try to study for the GRE that I take in 2 days. Let's hope, right? Let's may God be willing to let me do that. But the thing about it is that to be honest with you, what is the point? What genuinely is the point? If I don't study for it, I'm anxious about not studying for it, right? And I'm like, I probably should try to do something, but when I study for it, I'm like, I'm so doomed. It's so doomed. What is the point? like I said, I just want to get this over and done with, because once I'm over and done with it, I can be over and done with applying to grad school and just play the waiting game and focus on things I actually enjoy doing. So when I started this journey, right, I'll link down the playlist as all the time. I link it all the time. When I started this journey, I was mostly worried and focused on the math portion because I'm horrible at math, literally negatively talented in math. It's disgusting. I've studied for the math so much, like literally, genuinely, whenever I try to study for the math by doing practice problems, I already know the answer based on how many times I've seen the problem. It's so bad. And then there's a writing portion. Brother in Christ, when I started to study for the writing section, I realized I was completely doomed. That's when I was like, you know what, I have hope. Nope. When I was like, oh yeah, there's a writing portion right at the beginning of the exam too. 30 minutes to prepare for an essay, to have good, solid points. You're messing with me, right? Like that, you're messing with me at that point. You're incredibly disgusting for doing that to someone. So then when I started to realize that, I was like, I'm doomed. I'm forever doomed. I'm paying $440 to be doomed. Hi. It is February 6th, and it is the day before my exam. The night before my exam, actually. I should probably be in bed right now. I don't really remember what time I have my exam. I think it's about 10 a.m. I studied yesterday. I tried to study. I did not study today. I was out doing things. Things were happening, man. Things were happening. I might review like some of the notes that I was taking the other day. I don't care about doing great anymore. I'm not gonna be like, I don't care about doing great anymore. I'm tired of this. I just want to be done so I can move on to the next thing and live my life peacefully. The biggest thing before an exam, get enough sleep and eat a good breakfast. Those are the two things. Everything else, if you don't know it, you don't know it, right? Hi, it's the day of the exam, Wednesday, February 7th. And I'm scared. It is 10 a.m. I have the exam at 11. I was having trouble falling asleep last night, obviously. That would make sense. And then this morning, I took out my dog for a walk, and then I came home and had breakfast. Had a good breakfast, had a bagel sandwich, and a decaf coffee, even though, I feel like that's good. I had decaf coffee because my heart is just, I'm very anxious, so thankfully I did not have caffeine. I need to make my bed. Like, I know I'm prepared for this, but I also don't feel prepared at all, but I don't feel like I would ever feel prepared because this is like a huge exam. I am genuinely terrified, and I think I'm gonna talk to you after the exam. Feeling like this guy right now. So I finished the exam, right? I have to smile and laugh about it because if not, I wouldn't be on this earth, right? So tell me why I go through all of that. I go through the whole thing. And I made my test scores invalid. I made my test scores invalid because I forgot to tell the proctor that I was finished with the exam, and I just closed out of the exam, and I wasn't supposed to do that. And so I spent $440 to play around, to jest and joke and so take off 2 schools from the roster. That's great. So all of this work for nothing. I should have saved my own time by not applying to schools that require the GRE, and I'm telling you right now, Don't apply to schools that require the GRE. It is stupid for a reason. Like, I knew it was stupid. Everyone knows it's stupid. They still do it though. Schools are starting to not require it anymore because they gained consciousness. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I can't even be angry or sad because I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted. I thought after taking the GRE, I was gonna feel relief. I was gonna feel better. I feel worse. It's over. It's done with. At least I took it, right? Because I feel like if I had done all that and not taken it, it would have been like worse probably. And I already got accepted into one. So at least I have that. At least I have that, right? At least I have that. So I checked what is going on, right? I checked, and basically my scores are not yet available because it takes about 10 to 15 days for the scores to be reported. I am hoping that it will be like, hey, you did take the exam, here are your scores. I'm hoping. Please allow 10 to 15 days after a computer delivered test for your scores to be reported. So in 10 days, it's going to be next week on the 17th of February. So I'm gonna wait until then and see if my scores are here, and I will update you then. Hello people, it is February 16th. I have pink hair now. This is like the first time you'll see me with pink hair. You have not seen me for a week now. I took the GRE, right? I thought it was all over. I thought that I wouldn't get my scores, but I got them last night. I have not looked at them because I don't really care. I just need to send them. Like, I literally do not care what I get. Just send them, please. They arrived early. So hallelujah, Christmas miracle, they arrived last night. The schools, like, their deadlines are, well, there was one yesterday that needs the GRE. There was one yesterday. And then the other two deadlines are in March 1st and March 15th. Oh, and March 30th. By that point, I'll be completely done and I'll be able to live freely and do whatever I want. So that's it. That's the end of the video because I got my scores. $440 later. Depression hit, like, got dumped, etc. But I did it. I got it. I took the GRE. May God bless me. I studied for it. I did it. I took it. The scores have been sent to the respective schools. Probably by Monday, I'll refresh, I'll recheck, and hopefully my scores are there, that they have them. Guys, all that work, it's done. If a school still has the GRE as a requirement, I feel like it made its mark on me. It took a chunk, ripped out just a hole from my soul. I'm not like entirely happy about this because the two schools that needed the GRE still need, one of them needs my affidavit to be like, oh, I should get in-state tuition. Their in-state tuition is crazy. It's like $2,000. The other one needs a letter of rec from one of my professors, even though it was already there, so I have to email people, and also needs my scores and my transcript, even though my transcript was already sent. Let's get serious here, okay? So this is the last GRE vlog. Thank you so much. I doubt anybody watches these, but I'm really happy about this. I'm ecstatic about the end of the GRE prep vlogs. Next week's vlog is going to be a room renovation vlog, just fun and chill vibes from now on. Next month, I'll come out with like another video about what I've done to apply to grad school once everything is finalized and finished, and then I can enjoy the rest of my time on this lovely, lovely earth. So thank you.